Best girl of the season was clearly Kaguya. Did you see the finale of Love is War? Sorry, you must be mistaken. While it is Kaguya, it is the older version, Yor.
Arguing about best girl, are we? Well, did you guys forget about the real best girl?
Shikimori? Get out. Yeah, man, just get out. Okay. I just finished Shikimori's Not a Cutie, is what I would like to say. But this anime was delayed by 2 weeks. Sure wished when I took that poll, someone on my channel would have said, "Hey Lunar, you know that anime isn't finished yet?" Anyways, as usual, it's up to me to change the name of this anime to something a bit more realistic. Shoulda got killed. No Shikimori, no life. And Shikimori isn't just a Chad. If you want Shikimori to save you from a falling sign, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment that my opinion is mid. Maybe even join my Discord if you get desperate enough for social interaction. Let me give you a brief synopsis of this anime. On the first episode of My Girlfriend Has Bigger Dragon Balls Than Me, we learn of Izumi, the character who takes being accident prone to new heights. He is extremely unlucky. I mean, he almost got isekai'd in the first episode, but was saved by Shikimori.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
I feel like this anime was supposed to be an isekai originally, because Truck-kun tried so many times to get this man in this anime. I mean, even Stare Senpai gave it his best shot. Lucky him, because if he did get isekai'd, with his luck, he would be put in Subaru's world. But, lucky for Izumi, he is in possession of one anti-isekai device, known as Shikimori. Shikimori is the female lead character who is super athletic, tough, and constantly saves the weak and kind Izumi. Basically, just switch the gender roles and make one super unlucky, and that's the whole anime. These characters are polar opposites of each other, such as night and day, rich and poor, a weeb, and a functioning member of society. When I first started this anime, I felt like I was watching a teen romance movie. I mean, it even has some of the most cringy moments in the first few episodes.
今のうちに年込めとく。頑張れ。怪我しないで。むむむ。
They even say bae unironically in this anime. However, it is important to remember that this is a rom-com, which means you get to watch the relationship develop with all the generic romance episodes, such as the movie theater, shopping, lake, firework, athletic festival, cultural festival, Boku no Pico, and volleyball episodes. And I'm sure out of all of those I listed, one of them really jumped out at you. That's right, the volleyball episode. While you guys wasted your time watching Haiku, I was watching a real volleyball anime. However, this is one of the most predictable animes of all time. Oh no, Izumi got a foot cramp and is drowning. That's weird because when I get foot cramps, I don't drown. I wonder who could possibly save him. That's right, Roa Noa Zoro, obviously. But at least I get to watch a wholesome Christian relationship.
毎日食べたいくらい。
What do you mean by that?
I've done the math, and I figured out how Izumi's luck works. In exchange for having the worst luck possible, he pulls all of the best girls in the anime without even trying. Unfortunately, this leads to Shikimori having to compete with other women. Wait, not women? Guys and children? But at least we get a JoJo reference. Now, let's talk about the characters in this anime, starting off with Princess Bubblegum herself, Shikimori. She's the overprotective character, and I have to give the mangaka props for creating a character that really caters to the down bad anime fans. I mean, you have to love when a loser protagonist falls in love with a pink-haired maniac girl. She kinda reminds me of Spider-Man a bit. Here's Exhibit A. You can clearly see the similarities. And for Exhibit B, we have a clearly similar scene that shows off their spider senses. But if we got one thing great out of Shikimori, it's this meme template. Is this the best character in the anime? Probably. Which is why it's time to break out the tier list, and you will be going in the simp tier.
泉さんのこと絶対話さないから。
Next we have Izumi, and basically,
He's a pussy.
when I tell you I had a deep hatred for this character when I first started the anime, I mean it. But honestly, he kind of got a lot better to the point that I didn't really mind him at all. Considering there's a character like Shikimori in this anime, you can't exactly have a normal character. Otherwise this anime would be boring and Shikimori wouldn't have any time to shine. If you manage to survive past episode 3, I think maybe you'll realize that maybe Izumi and his bad luck trait isn't so bad. But imagine the kind of roles that this man gets on Genshin Impact. He probably gets all ambers, which is why on the tier list, you will be going in the A tier. What about his mom? Well, if you insist. These are the parents of Izumi, and they kind of look like something that I've seen before. And never mind. Wait a minute, he has a girlfriend and both his parents? Maybe he isn't as unlucky as we've been led to believe. This is his mom, and her and Shikimori have a close relationship.
やだ。私が付き合いたいくらいだわ。
This is the only relationship that I'm here for in the anime. Not to mention the goat of a father who is the Shikimori of that relationship. Yeah, can I watch that relationship instead? Not to mention that these parents both love Shikimori. Shikimori is collecting Izumis like they're Pokemon cards. Both can go in, can I watch that one instead tier? Next we get the best friend, Bakugo. Okay, you don't like that one? Fine. We get his best friend, Gary Oak. This poor guy is just trying to help his friend Izumi, and for some reason, Shikimori is constantly after this guy, because Izumi spends most of his time around him, but isn't concerned with any of the girls.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
But when it comes to Inuzuka, she goes after him, which is why you will be going in B tier.
大丈夫
It should have been me, not him.
Kamiya, the real person that Shikimori should be worried about. Sure, she confessed her love of Izumi to Shikimori, but she's more focused on the real threat to her love, Inuzuka. But you know what they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, I guess. This leads us to the real question. Why did she not end up with Izumi? Well, while you may be thinking it's because she failed to confess her feelings on time, you would be wrong. If I whip out my handy ruler here, you can clearly see the difference in their length of hair. And if you know the rules of anime, you know that short-haired girls always finish last. I'm just gonna put you here, and I know I'm gonna get bullied in the comments. Next we have, is that Ame from Hololive? This character was probably my favorite character in the anime. She's the indoorsy type who would rather lounge around the house instead of going out. She also always has the same dead look in her eyes throughout the anime, which made all of her bits pretty funny. And I'm pretty sure that she's not human. I mean, look at her arm, it rotates in a complete circle. A tier. Nekozaki, and I really have nothing to say about her. She's the most generic side character of the anime. D tier. Time for final thoughts and rating the anime. I reviewed the first episode of All Spring Animes a few months ago, and I placed this anime in 8th place. After that, I promptly dropped the anime and moved on with my life, until 40% of you voted that this is the anime that I should review. And I really didn't think that it would actually get pretty good. I think that all the characters in this anime are pretty enjoyable, but what makes this anime really stand out is how great all the side characters are in this anime. Also, during episode 11, it really dives deep into the characters of Shikimori, as well as her brother and Izumi, and really gave their characters a lot more depth. The romance also gets less cringy the longer it goes on. The concept of this anime is pretty unique and leads to some interesting events in this anime. As this anime continues, they seem to use the trope less and less and focus more on the relationship. That's when this anime really shines through. However, this anime is nothing special, and I would be lying if I said it was competing for the top anime of the season. Just like I've said with Komi Can't Communicate and other rom-coms that aren't Love is War, having the same one trope throughout the anime will get old, and I probably couldn't watch more than 3 seasons of this anime. I did read ahead in the manga so that I could predict where this anime would end, since it did get delayed twice, and I think that this season will have a satisfying ending. While my anime list gave this anime a score of a 6.8 out of 10, they kind of lowballed it because of the first few episodes. I will be giving it a score of a 7.9 Shikimoris out of 10. Hello, Outro Lunar here. Click here if you want to see my channel. Click over here if you want to see my most recent video. Click over here if you want to see the recommended video. Alright, bye.